When I was examining the candidates, I was an examiner, as you know, I found that they were actually committing some mistakes, 90% of them. And if they knew the tricks and the tips of how to instantly up their score. In this video, I'll tell you 10 tips and tricks. As an examiner, I endorse them. Okay, so if you follow these tips and tricks, especially in your speaking, the most difficult module of all, so you can actually increase your band by one band you go up. No, when you imagine now you are standing before the examiner and you know each word, each answer could bring you closer to your dream of studying and settling abroad. But then you always have a fear, 90%, that what if you fumble? Okay? And what if your answers are unclear, too simple, or filled with pauses that make you sound unprepared and a low band? Now, I have those 9 proven strategies, not 10, pardon me, and this is designed to boost your score at least by one band, because there is some mistake that you're doing. I will tell you the incorrect response that you're giving and how to give a corrected one, which can fetch you a higher band. So these tips and tricks will sail you through your IELTS speaking. And of course, let me tell you, the guidance is genuine because it is run by an ex-IELTS examiner. Please subscribe to the channel and save this video. When you practice, rewind it and see it, what all you can include. What is your difficulty? What is your mistake? And you can do it yourself because you have saved it. And of course, I would request that please share it with your friend, family who really needs it. So many of the students are not able to get a quality education or guidance in even their IELTS centers. I've heard a lot of stories that the IELTS speaking is just an eyewash in most of the institutes or with the trainers. And this is an ex-IELTS examiner. What a great opportunity. So you will be trained to speak confidently and you can change your future. Let's make it sure that when you walk into the room, you are ready to speak with clarity, confidence, and skill that captivates your examiner like me. Of course, I have the resources, the materials available on www. That is my website. You can WhatsApp me, and of course, there's a link to the community which is free. I don't charge anything. Exchange my views. I share the resources which are free, and therefore you can join this community for free. So without much ado, let's dive into the trick number 1. So the trick 1 is answer directly and clearly. So how do you do that? Okay, I'll tell you a question. So the question is like, what do you do in your free time? So you will unnecessarily use those filler words and long introductions. So you'll say, actually, to be honest, I don't get free time at all. Well, you see, sometimes if I have time, are not answering the question. Now, you are again saying, actually, to be frank, I don't get free time at all. But yes, when I do, I try to relax. Now, what is this? It's not, I'm talking about the pauses. You have not answered the question directly. So you're saying, I don't have time. I'm saying, what do you do in your free time? Activity. So in my free time, I enjoy reading novels, especially fiction, because it helps me to escape from reality. It also gives me a lot of pressure. And in addition to this, I also like going for long walks in the park to relax after a tiring or a tedious day. See, what do you like to do in your free time? Okay, answer the question immediately. Of course, you can say otherwise also, other examples also. Directly start with your activities. You can say, I love watching documentaries as they broaden my knowledge about the world. It's fascinating to learn about different cultures and histories. Yes, no problem. Now, coming to the trick 2, use a range of vocabulary. See, your fluency, your lexical resource is very important. That is for 9 bands, and therefore, if you just add some simple words like good and fun, as I'm going to show you, it's not that you get a 0 band, but you would get a low band. You will not get a high band. I can't give you a 0 band, I'll give you a 3 or a 4 band, but you need to use some lexical. See, what do you like to do in a free time? The same question. Okay, so this is a low band answer. I like to read books because they are good, and sometimes I watch TV because it's fun. You can replace this fun and good. See, you can say, I'm passionate about diving into the historical novels. They give a captivating glimpse into the past. I also enjoy watching wildlife documentaries, which are both educational and stunning. So for good and fun, you can say, I'm passionate about da da da. I indulge in, so you can also say, suppose you want to say cooking. It's not only that documentaries and all. So you can say, I indulge in cooking and trying out, that's a phrasal verb, new recipes that are both delicious and creative. So you can just expand your answers with good vocabulary. Lexical is very important, and such questions will be always asked. Now, the trick number 3, you should emphasize your fluency over grammar. So what does that mean? Means if you are committing some mistakes in grammar here and there, and they don't obscure the meaning, slip of the tongue, it doesn't mean that you are getting a very low band. Because when you start thinking, should I use if, should I use verb first form, second form, then you break on your fluency. And fluency is very important. Pay attention to fluency more. Like if I am like that, it is okay, but too much. See, I'll try doing that. Suppose the same question, what do you do in your free time? And it would say reading. I like reading because it's good, and it's fun, and yes, and sometimes I watch TV. So many ers and ers. How do I understand what you are saying as an examiner? Okay, I don't edit, there are slips, because it's very difficult to continue for 1 hour speaking. Okay, what could be the correct response? I usually spend my free time reading different genres, especially the mystery novels, which I find engaging. It's a relaxing way to unwind myself after a long, tiring day or after a long day. So actually, one tip in this I would like to say is that what did I do when I did the correct one? I went slow. Even now I'm speaking slowly and at a rhythm. Don't try to speak with the speed. Okay? So you think that if I will be speaking with the speed, the examiner will say, I'm very confident, I know it very well. No, you can speak slowly with a rhythm. Your goal is clarity and focus on a steady, paced response rather than rushing through the whole answer. There should be a rhythmatic flow. And even now in this, you can see I have a rhythmatic flow, and because I'm extempo, I just don't write all the script. I follow a slow, not very slow, but of course, You have to have your speed defined. Never increase your speed, because that is going to result in more mistakes. Is that practice paraphrasing expansion for coherence? Now, what does that mean? Coherence in speech means structuring your response logically. Paraphrase. Don't repeat the words from the question. It shows you have a limited vocabulary. And then give the main idea and expand it. Keep the natural flow. Keep it elaborated. Short, unelaborated response will give you a low band. Explain your answer thoroughly. So again, I would say, like, if you respond me like, I love reading books because reading is fun, and I also watch TV. Now, how will I expand one idea and explain it? So the response, which is a 9 band, would be, during my leisure time. So what do you do in your free time? I love reading books because reading is fun. I also watch TV. So there's a low band. So what do you do in your free time? The same question. So during my leisure time, free time converted to leisure time, I enjoy diving into a compelling novel or a captivating novel that captures my imagination, okay, that makes me glued to it, anything. The immersive experience not only helps me unwind, but also the structure, but also allows me to unwind and explore different worlds at the same time and broaden my horizon. So it's a refreshing escape from the daily pressure, providing relaxation and mental rejuvenation. So see, the main idea, and that is being explained why I love reading. The same idea, I did not add the second idea that I also watch television. Only one idea. Expanded answers will be coherent, will be natural, and are likely to be scored higher by the examiner, and examiner telling you, yeah, the icing on the cake. So, trick number 5. Use idiomatic expressions. Now, note down, all idioms are idiomatic expressions. All idiomatic expressions are not idioms. It is easier to use idioms because you do know what is idiomatic expression, and when you use it, your lexical goes high. And that does not mean with every 2 or 3 sentences you will force the idiom into your speaking. It should be natural. See, how can I do this as I did? Like, what do you do in your free time? I like reading books in my free time. I also watch movies sometimes, that I told you. So whenever I have downtime, leisure time, that is downtime, I love curling up. Okay, that's a idiomatic expression with a good book. It's like a food for the soul is an idiomatic expression. Watching movies is another way. I kick back. That means I relax, kick back after a long week. Okay, so all these are what? Idiomatic expressions. Or you can say like, okay, now the next one, the trick number 6 is don't fear. Okay, so you are always fearing, oh, I'm going wrong, and there are pauses. But small pauses are okay. Don't fear the small pauses, but overuse of these pauses can disrupt the fluency. If there are long pauses, it would, you can't make out what you said before and now. So you have to make these pauses short and maintain a natural rhythm. Even I pause, you must be seeing. And you cannot go on continuously without a pause. That is also unnatural. If you will not give a pause, it will feel as if it is memorized. Yes. And sometimes just try to da la 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 and without a pause. My God, it will feel as if it is memorized. And even if I'm speaking this word, if it would feel more memorized, there are some pauses. Okay, so correct response with good small responses is very much okay. Just don't break the rhythm. Will of course affect your fluency, but they should not be long ones. So don't fear the pauses. Without any pause means you are memorizing. Even if I am talking to you, I try to see what idea I can now in this, I don't script. So what idea I can add so that I can explain you clearly. So there is a pause, there is a stress, there is an intonation, everything. It looks so natural. So like that. Then the trick number 7, you can include your personal response examples, especially in your part 1, because then it will feel as if it is real. Okay, so like I'm a huge fan of reading novels or fiction. Recently I finished reading Harry Potter, which was thrilling. I also enjoy morning walks in the park that is just adjacent or a stone throw distance from my place, and that just clears my mind. So here I have personalized it. And when you personalize your answer, you add your personal details, it sounds more engaging, more natural, more real. That is a trick. Even if you have prepared it before, doesn't matter. But it actually, the examiner is forced to think that it is real. And now focus on your pronunciation and clarity. Let me make it here clear first that you need not have a British accent or an American or an Australian or a Canadian. You should be clear. Suppose I want to say the word still. It should be still. But if you say steal, I still believe. So you are not clear. I still believe that that we should not do this because the reading is very fun and there is no clarity. How are you speaking? And then the pronunciation is not clear whether it is still, steal. Sometimes people say still, steal, the same thing. There are so many, mixing of the words. Okay, so that should not be there. So you need not have a British accent. The countryside is beautiful in my place. The park is at so distance. And do you think I would be, kind of given more because my accent is very good? No, you would not be. And this is what an accent is. So people do say me, ma'am, you have an Indian accent. And I do that deliberately because I'm proud to be an Indian. And I would like to support Indian accent. And that doesn't mean I cannot have a British or the other accent. And of course, if I am bad at grammar, I commit the grammatical mistakes, that doesn't mean that I have a very good English. So the accent doesn't matter. It's just an example I wanted to give you, that accent is not a matter. Just stress how you are pronouncing it, okay, and how you are. So you would not say leisure time, you say leisure time, not leisure, because leisure is another word, leisure is another word, lesion is another word. So such things you have to be careful about. And then stay confident. Your demeanor, your eye contact is going to really project you as a confident personality. So I'm not saying that every time. So that question is asked about the eye contact. When you are given your cue card, you can look into the cue card and speak on your bullet points. It is very natural. Eye contact is important, but if you feel a bit unconfident of having an eye contact, so you can sometimes have the eye contact and then you can even look at here and there, but of course not here and the examiner is here, not like that. Eye contact is important, and the first thing that is important is confidence. whatever you are speaking, you should be confident about it. When you are confident about your abilities and you can discuss topics, then you can score high bands. Okay, so confidence is being sure of yourself and keep a eye contact with the examiner, and you don't have to look into her eyes, and you will be comfortable and you can improve your band instantly. That is just does not require much effort. To look up and speak doesn't require much effort, but your band score can improve. And that doesn't mean, now don't send me these questions, ma'am, if I have a eye contact with the examiner it will go by one band, okay, and if I speak confidently it will go by one band. It's not like this. It's everything combined together. Please don't listen to such YouTubers who say that there are two bands for your eye contact, your body language. No, nothing like that. In IELTS it is a way of your life. Try to speak in English, and in IELTS your language is important, your ideas aren't. Thank you, and if you find this video useful, please share and hit the subscribe button. I'll be coming with more such videos. You can even comment what more videos you would want. Thank you, all of you.